Good afternoon and welcome to Post Office Road for this afternoon's First Division Stonesborough Championship game between the home side Featherstone Rovers and the visitors over in the West Riding of Yorkshire, Keighley Cougars. The Keighley team for this afternoon's game is as follows. At full back, Keith Dixon; right wing, Simon Ray; the two centres, number 3, Simon Irving, and number 4, Andy King. The left wing, number 5, Jason Critchley. The stand-off half, number 6, Darryl Powell and captain. And number 7, scrum half, Latham Tarfai. The forwards, led by number 8, Stevie Hall, number 9, hooker Phil Cantillon, number 10, Grant Dorey. The second row forwards, Darren Cleary, Sonny Wackaroo, and the loose forward, number 13, Martin Wood. And the substitutes for the Cougars this afternoon, number 14, Mark Milner, number 15, Wayne Race, number 16, David Larder, and number 17, Steve Parsons. On the Featherstone Rovers side for this afternoon's game, at full back, number 1, Chris Bibb, number 2, Eddie Rombo, number 3, Stevie Lay, number 4, Darren Hughes, and number 5, Owen Simpson. The half-backs for Featherstone, and number 6, Martin Pearson, and scrum half, Derek Fox, number 7. The forwards, number 8, Steve Malloy, number 9, Neil Roebuck, number 10, Simon Tufts. The second row forwards, number 11, Roy Powell, and 12, John Sharp. And the loose forward, number 13, Richard Slater. And the substitutes, number 14, Richard Gunn, number 15, Joe Nadioli, number 16, Colin Maskell, and number 17, Craig Jackson. And the referee for this afternoon's game, not from only a couple of miles away from the Castleford Society, Mr. Russell Smith. The conditions here at Post Office Road this afternoon are a little damp. It's been drizzling, but at the moment it's fine. The ground conditions are looking excellent. The turf looks in excellent condition. And at the moment the two teams just in tossing up to decide which way they're going to play. It looks as though Featherstone will be playing from our right to left and playing up this infamous Post Office Road slope. This has certainly been a graveyard for a lot of the great sides in rugby league over the years, and certainly a ground that Keighley haven't got happy memories with. They got a right hammering here last season by Featherstone, and it isn't many years ago when they Featherstone dished out the heaviest defeat in the club's history in a Yorkshire Cup competition. So Keith Dixon kicking down the slope towards the houses at the bottom end of the field, and let's hope that Keighley can take advantage of this slope in the first half. So Keith Dixon to start play. He'll kick it long and deep into the bottom left-hand corner of the field. It looks to be gathered by Roy Powell, the big second row forward and captain for Featherstone, and he just powers his way upfield and put to ground there right on the Featherstone 22 by Grant Dorey and Phil Cantillon. Eddie Rombo coming from the right wing. And this time Daz Fleary and Stevie Hall do the tackling stint. Simon Tufts, the other big prop for Featherstone, just driving it hard, but still pinned inside their own 22. Roebuck going from acting half, but he's put to ground by his opposite number, Phil Cantillon. Steve Malloy now, the England international, driving it hard upfield, but again put to ground by Daz Fleary and Stevie Hall. Derek Fox on the fifth and final tackle, kicking it long and deep into the Keighley, towards the Keighley goal line, and finds touch some 2 or 3 yards short of the corner flag, so it'll be scrum down 10 metres away from the Keighley goal line and 20 metres in from touch. Certainly a long raking kick there from Derek Fox, and giving Featherstone big territorial advantage and taking play right into the Keighley 22. Set Jason Critchley now coming away around the back of the scrum, having been fed there by Latham Tarfai. Daz Fleary now charging out 22, steps outside Roebuck, but caught there by number 6 Martin Pearson and Roy Powell. Cantillon to Dorey. Dorey driving it infield, but Roy Powell wraps him up, puts him to ground, assisted there by Richard Slater, the Featherstone Rovers loose forward. Tarfai to all driving it hard towards his opposite number, Steve Malloy. All put to ground some 3 or 4 metres inside the Cougar half. Cantillon to Darryl Powell. Darryl plays, spits him in 2 down the middle, but just unable to get that final pass in, and Mr. Smith, the referee, stopping play and awarding a penalty, the first penalty to Keighley for use of the elbow in that tackle on Darryl Powell. So Simon Irving with the first opportunity to get some points on the board for Keighley. 10 metres inside, 9 metres inside the Featherstone half. So it's certainly within kicking distance for Simon. Certainly a very important game for both sides, with Featherstone occupying second position in the league and Keighley currently on fourth spot, but whoever wins this afternoon's going to gain some 2 vital points and really strengthen their claim for that number 2 spot in the first division, with with Salford obviously the leading contenders for taking the Division 1 title this season. But certainly both these two teams will want to finish up in that second spot if they can, so a win very vital for either side here as Irving coming round the corner kicks it long and straight, and it looks to be straight between the posts, and is so Keighley taking an early lead there by 2 points to nil after some 5 minutes play in this first half. So Keighley leading by 2 points to nil with some 5 minutes gone in this first half. Dixon to restart play. And certainly Keighley will have to improve on last week's performance if they're going to come away with the 2 points. Dixon kicks long and deep again in exactly the same position, and again gathered up by Roy Powell. They like kicking into a bucket, kicking to the big fella. Hands on him like shovels as Derry Rombo comes away from acting half, but put to ground just inside the Rovers 22 by Martin Wood and Daz Fleary. And again Simon Tuss trying to drive it out of the danger zone for Featherstone, but caught there by Woods and Wackaroo. Long ball from acting half. Neil Roebuck to Roy Powell, and Powell gains 4 or 5 metres upfield. Certainly a hard slog up this Featherstone slope, and Keighley will have to take advantage as John Sharp put to ground 10 metres inside the Featherstone half, and Nick Latham Tarfide penalised for being offside at play the ball. So a penalty to Featherstone right on the halfway line and just to the far side of the centre spot. Martin Pearson will kick to touch on that far side and does so and finds touch just short of the Keighley 22. Roebuck restarting play, feeds Malloy charging upfield towards the Keighley line, but put to ground there by well wrapped up there by Stevie Hall and Grant Dory, the two Keighley props. Roebuck to Fox back inside to Tuffs, and Tuffs hitting towards the Cougar line right in front of the post, but caught there by Fleary and Wackaroo, and a good chasing run there by Wackaroo on Neil Roebuck, I think it is, and just hammered him to the floor and dived on that loose ball. That was a good defence chase there by Sonny Wackaroo, but the Featherstone player seems to have taken a bad knock and is out, spark out on the middle of the field there, and the physio for Featherstone there signaling they're wanting assistance and looking very much like a stretcher case here. And certainly the last thing that Featherstone could have done was a serious injury to one of the players on the early stages of this game. But that was a harassing defensive play by the Cougars number 12, Sonny Wackaroo. He raced in onto that onto Roebuck as he was about to take that ball, and obviously took his eye off it and suffered the consequences, taking a really bad knock to his, I think his left leg by the looks of things. He's just been helped up by 3 of the Featherstone physios and being assisted from the ground. In fact, he's being carried from the ground by the Featherstone Rovers trainer. So a sad blow to Featherstone there, with Neil Roebuck being carried from the field of play and being replaced by Colin Maskell, recent acquisition from Castleford, and certainly a very experienced campaigner, Colin Maskell, a former Leeds Castleford player. So Cougars with the ball, Stevie Hall driving it out of his 22, but caught there by Richard Slater, and Simon Irving trying to find a way through, and he's losing the ball, but there's looked to be 2 or 3 players involved in that tackle, but Russell Smith having none of it, the referee, and Featherstone now in possession. Derek Fox whipping it across field, but looking for a way through the middle, but caught there by Grant Dory and Daz Fleary. 10 metres short of the Cougars 22-metre line. John Sharp feeds Roy Powell. Powell to Karen Hughes. That good break by the left centre there, but put to ground just short of the Cougars line by Keith Dixon. And the man outside him, but golden opportunity going astray there, and Sonny Wackaroo again racing in on the defensive ploy on Derek Fox this time, and certainly Featherstone with a golden opportunity to open their account there. John Sharp back inside to Richard Slater. A good break there by that left centre for Featherstone, Darren Hughes. And certainly should have put the points on the board for the home side. Fox, a little big up and under now into the Keighley goal line, and covered there by Andy King, but King being penalised for being in offside position obviously struck a Cougar player first, so Featherstone with a golden opportunity to address the balance here with a penalty just to the right of the uprights. Certainly that dangerous up and under there from the Featherstone scrum half, Derek Fox, put the pressure on the Cougars, and I don't think Andy King was left with little or no opportunity but to gather that ball, because if he hadn't done so, the Featherstone backs were tearing in on and would certainly have capitalised on that loose ball and put the points on the board. But Martin Pearson now with a golden opportunity to put Featherstone on level terms here at Post Office Road this afternoon, and just slots that neatly between the uprights. So Featherstone levelling the scores here at Post Office Road with a Martin Pearson penalty goal. With some 10-12 minutes gone in this first half. So Featherstone Rovers 2, Keighley Cougars 2. And certainly this is going to be a very, very tight game for both sides, and obviously what's going to be down to who makes the fewer mistakes as Derek Fox restarts play, puts the ball right onto the Keighley line, fielded by Keith Dixon, feeds Sonny Wackaroo. Wackaroo charging downfield, it's the 10-metre line, just short of the Cougar try line. Tarfai looking for runners, but Martin Wood overrun him, feeds Jason Critchley. Daz Fleary looking hand off Steve Malloy, but caught there by Richard Slater. Phil Cantillon breaking clear, breaks the first line of the Rovers defence, but finally caught there by Derek Fox. Pearson to Darryl Powell to Andy King. Andy King looking for a way through, half stumbles, but eventually put to ground 7 metres inside the Rovers half by Darryl Powell and by Roy Powell, and Darryl Powell this time kicking it long and deep, but the ball finally rolling dead. So it'll be a tap 22 to Featherstone. Colin Maskell feeds Owen Simpson, the former Keighley player, coming in from the left wing. He takes play 7 or 8 metres clear of the Rovers 22-metre line. Steve Malloy charging upfield, but the reception committee of Daz Fleary and Grant Dorey halt his progress. Maskell feeds Tufts. Martin Wood, Simon Irving, Daz Fleary tearing in on Tufts to halt his progress. 7 or 8 metres short of the halfway line. Fox back inside to Powell. Powell put to ground right on the halfway line by Martin Wood and Grant Dorey. Maskell acting half, looking to go left and right, but goes right for Fox to Pearson. Pearson looking for a way, jinks past, stepping inside Phil Cantillon, but caught there by Dorey and Sonny Wackaroo. Maskell for a long raking kick into the left-hand corner again. Then it finds touch again, exactly the same spot where Derek Fox did earlier. So it'll be likewise a scrum down 10 metres short of the goal line and 20 metres in from the far touch line. Cougars head and ball. 10-15 minutes gone in this first half, and there's scores. Featherstone Rovers 2, Keighley Cougars 2, as Critchley come racing in from back of the scrum. Takes play just over the 22 line. A good run by Jason Critchley. Tarfai feeding Martin Wood, but he's duly halted by Powell and Slater. Stevie Hall using his weight on Pearson and Fox. They do acting half-back. Half-backs of Featherstone as Phil Cantillon racing away from acting half. Takes play 10 metres inside the Rovers half. Tarfai acting half to Powell. Powell looking for runners, feeds Wackaroo. Wackaroo charging downfield, but just got his ankles clipped there by Derek Fox. Fox racing across field to cut Keithley's options down as Keith Dixon puts a nice little grubber kick in towards the Featherstone try line as Eddie Rombo brings it away, steps outside Darryl Powell, but caught there by Daz Fleary. Good chase there by the Cougars second row forward. Featherstone going, taking play to the right. John Sharp tries to hammer his way through Andy King, but King halts his progress just outside the Featherstone 22. Fox to Tufts, Simon Tufts, a big strapping number 10 for Featherstone. Put to ground there by the two second row forwards for Cougars, Wackaroo and Fleary. Malloy charging upfield. The reception committee of Grant Dory, Stevie Hall and Martin Wood halt his progress. 7-8 metres inside the Featherstone half as Russell Smith penalises Keighley for lying on the man and restricting him from getting up to play the ball. So penalty to Featherstone with Martin Pearson kicking it towards the Cougars 22 metre line, just outside it, and Colin Maskell looking to restart play quickly, feeds Roy Powell. Roy Powell driving it upfield, gains 5 or 6 metres, takes play just inside the Cougars 22. Maskell going from acting half on his own, sides round Stevie Hall, and a good run there by Maskell, and loses the ball going over for a try. So quite a let off for Cougars there, because Maskell whipped round Stevie Hall there, raced away. Very quick, elusive player, and particularly acting half, losing the ball, and obviously another knock on by the Cougars trying to gather that ball up. So it'll be the first offence. 10 metres from the try line, some 20 metres in from touch. Scrum down, Keighley head and ball. Tarfai feeding Simon Ray, coming in. Ooh, nearly through with Simon Ray, but his progress stopped there by good thundering tackle by number 4 Darren Hughes. But Featherstone penalised for being offside at that scrum. So, but Simon Ray, had he got clear through that tackle, then would have been completely clear. But a good relieving kick there by Keith Dixon. Stevie Hall now charging downfield, put to ground right on the halfway line, in some 12 metres in from this near touchline on the main stand side here at Featherstone Rovers. Tarfighter, long ball out to Powell. Powell to Simon Irving. Irving cutting round his number 3 Steve Lay, but Lay hanging on to him. Dixon acting half, feeds Grant Dory. Dory driving it hard downfield. And certainly a much more purposeful game by the Cougars this afternoon compared to last week up at Whitehaven. Cantillon, Fleary, Powell back inside to Critchley. Critchley ducking to get under this Featherstone defence, but caught there by Steve Malloy and Maskell. Tarfai up and under, but I don't think it's gone exactly where he wanted it to. It's come back and it'll be tapped down by Simon Irving, picked up by Simon Ray. Ray chipping into the in-goal area, but unfortunately just run too far for him. But certainly good enterprising play there by the Cougars right winger Simon Ray. But just the ball just going too long for him to get there, and finally rolling dead. Featherstone now 12 metres short of the halfway line as Stevie Lay put to ground there by Stevie Hall. Eddie Rombo come in, but caught there by Sonny Wackaroo and Grant Dory just inside the Featherstone half. Maskell again nipping away from acting half, feeds Malloy back inside. A good run by the Featherstone prop, keeps the ball alive, feeds Chris Bibb, who's coming from the full-back position. Featherstone now launching another attack 10 metres inside the Cougars half. Roy Powell striding through, hits the Cougars 22 line as he's put to ground by the two Cougar props, Stevie Hall and Grant Dory. Derek Fox will put a little up and under into the left-hand corner of the field, taken there by Stevie Hall and picked up by Martin Pearson, and a knock-on signal there by the referee Russell Smith. So it'll be handovers. Keith Dixon plays it. Simon Ray coming for the right wing position. Certainly looked dangerous for the Cougars there. That neat little up and under by the crafty scrum half for Featherstone, Derek Fox. Cantillon feeding Irving. Irving striding through, but caught there by Simon Tufts and Colin Maskell. Das Powell looking to keep that ball going, and Simon Irving losing it, and then picked up there by Josh Fleary. Russell Smith, the referee, signalling play on, but then intervention by the touch judge signalling that that ball had been knocked forward by Keighley player. So it'll be a scrum down 9 metres inside the Cougars half and 22 metres in from this near touchline. Featherstone head and ball. Derek Fox will feed this Featherstone scrum. Does so. Long ball out to number 4, Darren Hughes, and Hughes takes play just over the advantage line. Fox again brings it left to Martin Pearson. Pearson looking for Malloy. Malloy running stride up to the 22. Half gets away from Daz Fleury, but eventually put to ground by Stevie Hall. Pearson to Hughes again. This Darren Hughes for Featherstone having a strong game so far for the Rovers. Maskell acting half to Fox. Fox looking for runners as John Sharp coming on the inside of him. But Sharp put to ground 10 metres short of the Cougars post. Maskell again out to Fox. Fox a long ball to Pearson. Pearson and a short little pass out to Richard Slater. Slater keeps it alive, but ball runs loose, but picked up there by Owen Simpson, and Pearson trying to go down the blind side. And good defensive play there by Simon Ray. Tarfai now from acting half, looking for a way through, but caught there by John Sharp and Simon Tufts. Stevie Hall just drives it hard and safe down the middle. Takes 2. Featherstone Rovers salted progress as Cantillon coming back down. Good break there by Phil Cantillon. Back inside to Critchley. Critchley wasting away for the post. Superb score by the Keighley left winger Jason Critchley. What a break by Phil Cantillon inside his own half. He had Critchley on his inside. It streaked in from the left wing, and then he just hit the top gear and headed for the post. That was a spectacular score by the Keighley left winger Jason Critchley. His 15th try of the season, and really just opened this game up, and what Keighley needed badly. A vital score for the visiting side, the Cougars. 22 minutes gone in this first half, and Jason Critchley divided Featherstone in 2 with that superb, running onto that superbly timed pass from Phil Cantillon. Cantillon had split them in 2 down the middle inside the Cougars half, just short of the halfway line. Got into over the 10-metre line inside the Featherstone half, looked on his inside, drew the full back Chris Bibb, and then just neat little pass back inside to Jason Critchley. Critchley racing in, just divided that Featherstone defence in 2 and headed straight for the post. There was nobody going to stop him then. So leaving Simon Irving with a relatively easy kick right in front of the post. I say relatively easy kick because I've seen easier kicks than this missed, but when he's got his kicking boots on, he can slot them on from all over, and he just slots that neatly between the uprights. So Keighley leading Featherstone by 8 points to 2 after 23 minutes play in this first half. Critchley, his 15th try of the season, leading the Keighley try scoring this season, now heading well in front of the injured Nick Pinkney. Keith Dixon restarts play again. Same spot, the 3rd time, but this time just picked up by Derek Fox. Long ball out to Chris Bibb. Bibb trying to step inside Martin Wood, but he's put down 12 metres short of the Featherstone post. Maskell acting half, feeds John Sharp. Sharp to Slater. Sorry, Darren Hughes, the centre. Slater to Powell. Powell just heading upfield and surrounded by Cougar defenders. Daz Fleury, Martin Wood and Stevie Hall. Good run there by John Sharp. Come on to that change of play by Maskell. Tufts out to Simpson. Simpson looking for a way through, but he's duly wrapped up by Simon Irving and Simon Ray. Maskell again to Fox, and Fox puts a little dribble kick into his top left-hand corner of the field and finds touch. So it'll be a scrum down 10 metres short of the Cougars line and 20 metres in from touch. A further substitution being made for Featherstone. This time Joe Nadiolai coming on. Replacing Chris Bibb, the Featherstone full-back. As Tarfai's put to ground just inside the Cougars 22. Daz Fleury now heading out of danger zone, but put to ground there by Maskell and Malloy. Stevie Hall gains very little there, took maybe a metre, 2 metres. Cantillon back in half, having a good game at the moment. Lively Keighley hooker Phil Cantillon. Just short of the halfway line, Martin Wood feeds Daryl Powell. Powell looking for options. Long ball out to Grant Dorey. Dorey's going on his own, steps back inside. has let Latham Tarfai up his in support, and he takes play to 10 metres short there. Featherstone 22. Powell again puts a little up and under, chips it over the top onto the Cougar line, and the tackle Stevie Lay in the in-goal area. So that's a good piece of play by the Cougars there. A neat little chip over the top by the international standoff half for the Cougars, Darryl Powell, putting the Featherstone under a lot of pressure, and all Stevie Lay could do was just gather the ball, and then he was bundled into his own in-goal area. So Martin Pearson dropping out from under the Rovers post, picked up by Latham Tarfai, feeds Stevie Hall thundering downfield like a big rhino on the rampage through the African desert. But Wood to Irving looking back inside to Fleary going on the outside, feeds Simon Ray racing towards the Rovers line, but caught there by Owen Simpson, 9 metres short of their line. Irving acted half, long ball out to Tarfai to Powell, a long ball out to Dory going on his own, looking for support, just cannot offload. He's wrapped up there by 3 Featherstone defenders, 10 metres short of the Rovers line. Cantillon to Tarfai again, back inside to on his own, but wrapped up there by Joe Nadiola and Roy Powell. They don't go far when Powell gets hold of them. Darryl Powell this time to Powell to Wackaroo racing away. There is another superb Cougars score. Lovely time pass there by Darryl Powell. Just fed Sonny Wackaroo on the rampage in run, just on his outside. Timed his pass to perfection, and Wackaroo raced away and took Featherstone defender over with him, and outstretched arm got that ball over the line. Some 5 or 6 metres to the right hand side of the upright, and Keighley going further in front now here at Post Office Road by 12 points to 2. And again Simon Irving with a relatively easy kick, but just a little further to the right hand side of the uprights. Good play there by Darryl Powell, the Cougars international standoff half, certainly stamping his authority on this game in a big way against his opposite number Martin Pearson, likewise an England international. The 2 top men in the job in this country at the moment, competing against each other here at Featherstone Rovers, and certainly the honours going Darryl Powell's way at the moment. He'll certainly be have to prove a point, being a locally born lad, although he came to the Cougars via Sheffield, but he's a Castleford born lad, and he'll be proving a point to the flat cappers, as they call them around this part of the neck of the woods, the Featherstone people. Darryl Powell coming from the carpet carrying part of the country at Castleford, as Simon Irving just duly not slots that between the posts, and Cougars going further in front. 28 minutes gone in this first half, and Keighley leading by 14 points to 2, and it'll certainly be a very unhappy David Ward, the Featherstone coach. He certainly won't be happy with things as they're going at the moment here with the home side, and certainly quite a sizable following of Cougars fans with all their off-field problems getting behind the lads, and certainly proving a point here this afternoon as Keith Dixon kicks long and deep again into the Featherstone 22, again gathered up this time by Derek Fox, and he's harassed there by Andy King, the Aussie left centre for the Cougars. Eddie Rombo acting half, going on his own, but Dory, King and Cantillon, and certainly there's a buzz about this Keighley performance this afternoon here at Post Office Road. There's an urgency in the play, and they're tearing into these Rovers players every time they get hold of the ball. John Sharp now looking for a way through, but he's met by Stevie Hall and Martin Wood. Maskell takes play to the right, feeds Stevie Malloy, the big prop, just charging up towards the halfway line. Maskell again to Fox, and Fox kicking long and deep into the top right hand corner of the field, but picked up by Keith Dixon. 9 metres short of the Cougar line, coming back in field, trying to round Martin Pearson, but he's caught there by Pearson and Joe Nadiola, the Featherstone substitute. Simon Ray looking for work, and a head-high tackle there by Colin Maskell, being penalised by Mr. Russell Smith, the referee. Very local, the referee again. He's from the rival camp in this neck of the woods, the carpet carrying country, Castleford. So he'll not go down too well with the local boys here at Featherstone, as Keith Dixon just thumps that ball into touch 10 metres short of the halfway line and still in the Cougars half. Cantillon, acting half, takes the tap, feeds Stevie Hall. Hall will just grind it downfield and does so, but there's a reception committee of 3 Featherstone players hammer him to the floor, but he certainly got over the advantage line, the gain line. Cantillon to Dory. Dory likewise just drives it in hard and safe. Pull down just short of the halfway line. Cantillon acting half, switches play to Tarfai. Tarfai looking for runners. As Andy King racing away down that left wing, going on his own, trying to get round Stevie Lay, but Lay just hanging on to him. Sorry, Darren Hughes. Lay it is, yeah. Tarfai to Powell to Woods, but touch judge on the field here, he hasn't seen it. Simon Irving going away. And the referee finally pulling him up, but the touch judge racing on for something is seen untoward, and I'm not certain which way it's going, but Mr. Smith, the referee, obviously waving play on because he hasn't seen the referee, touch judge's intervention, but a defence splitting run there from the halfway line by the Keighley Cougars left centre, Andy King. Split that first line, Featherstone defence wide open, and just finally put to ground by despairing tackle by the Featherstone number 3 right centre Stevie Lay. So it'll be a penalty. Which way is it going to? He's wanting a word with one of the Featherstone players, and got Darryl Powell and Grant Dory, and the Featherstone captain Roy Powell. So something untoward's gone on that everybody missed here except the touch judge on this near side, but I think it could be a penalty to Keighley, obviously. Oh no, penalty to Featherstone. I wonder what the referee was doing there. Obviously Grant Dory kicking out with his foot and penalising Keighley Cougars right on the centre spot. So Derek Fox just changed the fortunes of Featherstone round here by putting a long kick, touch-finding kick round to the 22. So Featherstone in the driving seat inside the Cougars 22 with Roy Powell driving it hard towards the Keighley post, but put to ground by Sonny Wackaroo and Daz Fleary. And a lovely inside pass by Colin Maskell from acting half. And the back door just opened from Steve Malloy. It came from nothing, that. 10 metres short of the Keighley line, to the right of the post. Maskell acting half, looked to feint to pass, and just slipped a deft little back inside pass to Steve Malloy, and they were going on full head of steam on, and Malloy just hit the gap and opened the back door wide open and went untouched to the post and put it up to score the first Featherstone Rovers try to the right on the post. And that little incident 2 minutes earlier just changed this game, because Keighley had the pressure on Featherstone, and now they've just got put Featherstone right back in this game by 14 points to 8 with that Steve Malloy try and Pearson goal. What was Featherstone under pressure with Keighley attacking, all guns blazing, gave a penalty away on the centre spot, and after 2 tackles, a little pass from Steve Malloy, from Colin Maskell, acting half, just offloaded a little short pass to Steve Malloy. Malloy tore to the post. So 35 minutes gone in his first half, and Featherstone right back in the game with a big bang now, as and certainly Eddie Rombo being Simbindi, he's getting walked. John Ariloli getting walked for that head-high tackle on Andy King. So that's the last thing Featherstone could have done with his being one short. And what a seesaw game this is proving to be. First minute is Keighley on their attack. They just lose their composure. Featherstone come back and score, pull the game right back into their own, into contention, put themselves back on level terms almost as far as the game's concerned, and then have a man sent off. Stevie Hall from the ensuing tap takes play 9 metres inside the Featherstone half. Tarfai feeding Dory, and that pass looked forward, but they got away with it as Grant Dory takes play just short of the Featherstone Rovers 22. Andy King again, going on again, he's wide open again, finds Sonny Wackaroo support, but he's just unable to hang on to that ball, and King wrapping up Stevie Lay over on that far side. Eddie Rombo coming from the right wing, trying to find a way through, trying to clear the danger zone, but he's put to ground by Stevie Hall and Grant Dury. Maskell acting half to Sharp. Sharp going over onto that far touchline again, trying to find a way through, but wrapped up by Darryl Powell and Andy King. Stevie Lay again, and Powell again just airs in on him and dumps him back inside his own 22. And Featherstone gaining a penalty from that. I'm not certain what for, because again, intervention of the touch judge over on the far side. Mr. Smith just having a word with him, but obviously it's a Featherstone penalty. They're not standing square on play the ball, so Martin Pearson just relieving the pressure for Featherstone as this first half comes to a draw. Steve Malloy charging upfield now. It's all pulled down just short of the halfway line. Featherstone substitute. Number 17, Craig Jackson, big strapping lad. Substitute forward, and John Sharp takes play just 10 metres inside the Cougars 22 as he's put to ground by Simon Irvine and Martin Wood. Lay to Fox, Fox to Powell. Powell looking for a through, but does Flair hanging on, but Powell slips round the ball, pass out to Colin Maskell to Lay, but he's caught there by Sonny Wackaroo. John Sharp acting half, going on his own, Darren Hughes, and Hughes trying to stride away from Martin Wood, but Woody hanging on grimly as he's out, assisted there by Simon Irvine. Maskell again at acting half to Fox. Fox puts up and under to the Cougars post, and it's looking dangerous. It's looming high, but caught there by Keith Dixon. Dixon did well to take that ball because there were 3 or 4 Featherstone players heading down on him. And again a suspiciously head-high tackle, this time by Martin Pearson on Jason Critchley. Dixon looking for a way through, jinking past 2 players, but caught there by Steve Malloy, the Featherstone prop. 10 metres short of the Cougars line. Simon Ray looking to help the forwards out and running away from acting half, but again caught by Malloy. Cantillon, this time to Powell. Powell makes 5-6 metres hard-earned territory downfield, just outside the Cougars 22 as Stevie Hall just drives it hard downfield. Caught there by Maskell and Sharp, the 2 Featherstone forwards, and back to Keith Dixon. Dixon puts a long raking kick downfield into the bottom left-hand corner, into the in-goal area, and it eventually rolling dead, so it'll be a tap 22 to Featherstone. Missouri almost on the waiting for the half-time hooter here at Post Office Road. Owen Simpson helping his forwards out this time. Certainly a feature of the play these days with the wingmen coming in to help the forwards out and give them a bit of a breather. Darren Hughes, that's a good 10-12 metres for Featherstone. Roy Powell now put to ground just over the halfway line inside the Cougars half. Fox to John Sharp, Sharp striding downfield. Good run there by the big second row forward for Featherstone, John Sharp, the former Hull FC player. Malloy now driving it hard and low and breaks the first line of defence, feeds Richard Slater in support. A good run by Steve Malloy. Malloy having a big game for Featherstone. Fox to Powell. Roy Powell, what's he going to do with it? Looking to offload, but loses that ball in a tackle, and it's gathered up by Simon Irvine. Good tackle on the big fella by the 2 Cougar players. And I think Roy Powell looking to offload to the centre, Darren Hughes, that the ball just being spilled, and Cougars now in possession. Right centre field and bang on the Cougar 22 metre line. Cantillon feeds Stevie Hall. Hall just drives it safe and hard downfield, but caught there by number 17 Craig Jackson for Featherstone, the substitute forward, and Roy Powell. Cantillon going on his own, but wrapped up this time by Malloy, and Powell chasing back. Those arms of Roy Powell seem to go on forever. Sonny Wackaroo now. This near the stand. Good break there. Feeds Irvine back inside. Irvine just split wide open. Irvine taken away to the post. Going outside Owen Simpson, Eddie Rombo, but Rombo just wrapped him up because Irvine looked safe, home and dry. Powell has kicked the throw wide to Dixon. Dixon back inside to King, and King diving over. A good supporting play by the Cougars centre for the 3rd try of the afternoon for the Cougars. That was good back play there by the Cougars. Simon Irvine's defence splitting run brought in from the far right. Eddie Rombo committed to tackling Powell, to tackling Irvine. Irvine quick play the ball to Darrell Powell, long ball out to the centres, to Dixon, to Andy King, and Dixon back inside to King, and King taking that final pass and diving over for the third Cougar try this afternoon here at Post Office Road. And what a badly needed score that was, because Featherstone had come back into the game, although trailing 14-8. The next score was obviously going to be vital, and fortunately for the Cougars, it were a Cougar score with Andy King try, and putting Keighley further in front by 18 points to 8. And Simon Irving certainly got a difficult conversion kick to add the further 2 points. That's Andy King's 7th try of this season's campaign, and certainly when he's on form and fully fit, he's quite an handful, and certainly a great acquisition for the Cougars, and seems to have fitted in nicely to the Cougar team. So Simon Irving with difficult kick from the far side of the field, some 3-4 metres in from the far touch line. Round the corner, kicking, but it's certainly to his advantage, and it's pulled across the face of the goal, so of the upright. So Keighley leading by 14 points to 8, and we're into injury time in this first half here at Post Office Road. There was a stoppage for the injury to Neil Roebuck, the Featherstone hooker, but Featherstone down to 12 men, with Joe Nadiola being sent off. Two-thirds of the way through this first half. Roy Powell gathers that Keith Dixon kick-off right on the dead ball line and just brings it away to the 10-metre line, just to the far side of the centre of the field, and a bad mistake there by the Craig Jackson, the Featherstone Rovers, and Cougars back in possession now. Simon Irving looking for a way through, but put to ground just inside the Rovers 22-metre line. Cantillon looking to launch another attack, finds Darrell Powell out wide. Powell back inside, feeds Stevie over, pass missing all out. Sonny Wackeroo to Daz Fleary. Fleary straightening up, hits that for the first line of defence hard, breaks through, but just stopped there by number 3 Stevie Lane. Cantillon racing away from acting hard, pulled down just short of the Rovers post. Certainly Cougars with a golden opportunity now to go further in front. Long ball out to Powell, Powell to King, and King going away for his second. What a spectacular score by the left centre for the Cougars, Andy King, who in the space of 2 minutes he's got his second try of the afternoon. A long ball out to Darrell Powell, and Powell just used his expertise, drew the Featherstone defence, and then put Andy King through the gap, and King rounding his opposite number nicely to score his second try of the afternoon. And Cougars really stamping their authority on this game in this 9 minutes of this first half here at Post Office Road, and going into a 22 points to 8 lead, and everybody just waiting for that hooter to go to end this first half. And what an half it's been for the Cougars. The second Andy King coming to following 2 minutes after his first one, and earlier tries with Jason Critchley and Sonny Wackeroo. And again, Simon Irving with a difficult kick out on that far side again, almost exactly the same spot. In fact, I don't think the sandal have moved. Maybe a yard infield, and that'll be all. So Irving with a difficult kick, looking to bring it inside in this time, and does so as a touch judge's flags go up. So as Cougars leading by 24 points to 8, and we're still into injury time, but probably the stoppage time for that unfortunate Neil Roebuck injury earlier in the first half, because certainly the game was held up for some considerable time till they managed to get him off the field, as Keith Dixon restarts play. Again with that long kick down into the bottom left-hand corner, again picked up by Derek Fox, and likewise feeds the same fella, Roy Powell. Still inside the Rovers 22, Steve Malloy looks to drive it. The big fella hits the Keighley defence line hard, but 3 Keighley players halt his progress. Maskell to Fox, Fox looking for runners, finds Jackson on his inside. Craig Jackson, the big strapping substitute forward for Featherstone. Maskell acting half out to John Sharp. Sharp looking for a way through. He's stopped by Sonny Wackaroo and eventually put to ground by Grant Dory just inside the Rovers half. As a mistake there, but Colin Maskell acting half, spills a ball and picked up there by Grant Dory. Conditions may be a bit slippy out there because we've had some drizzlers late. Nathan terrified, ticks ahead, racing away, following his own kick up. Bit of football skills, picks up and scores a brilliant try to midway between the post and the corner flag over on the left hand side of the field. There were football skills, there were rugby skills, there were all sorts of skills as Latham Tarfai chipped it over the top, followed it up, followed his own kick up, hacked that ball on, looked to be losing it, managed to get control of it again with his feet, dribbled it further upfield and then just picked it up short of the goal line, picked it up and dived over for a spectacular score. And Keighley's 5th try of this first half. I don't think there's a man on this ground or woman or baby would have put a penny on Keighley turning round with this score at half time here at Featherstone Rovers. And what an improvement on last week's performance. All the football skills they have been shown to the full here this afternoon, and what an array of skills we've seen. We've seen some absolutely spectacular scores, spectacular tries, out of the top draw, top quality, and certainly a big rugby league personality visiting this ground this afternoon. I hear off the grapevine, looking at a Featherstone player, Mr. Alex James Murphy, who'll certainly be been impressed with this Keighley Cougar performance here this afternoon in this first half. There's still a long way to go, but certainly the more points the Cougars get on the board here at Post Office Road, playing down the slope, they're better, because they have an uphill task in the second half as Simon Irvin's kick is pulled to the left-hand side of the uprights as Uta goes for Keighley to turn round, leading by 26 points to 8 here at Post Office Road. And what a half it's been for them, with tries from Andy King, 2 tries with Andy King, a Jason Critchley try, a Sonny Wackaroo try, and then that final try of the first half by Latham Tarfai, a brilliant opportunist try to put Keighley, with the goals by Simon Irving, putting Keighley into a 26-8 points to lead at half time. Welcome back to Post Office Road, Featherstone, for this afternoon's Stonesbridge Championship game between the home side Featherstone Rovers and our local lads Keighley Cougars. And Cougars in a really strong position at half time, leading by 26 points to 8, with tries by Jason Critchley, Sonny Wackaroo, 2 tries by Andy King, and a final 5th try by Latham Tarfai, and 3 goals by Simon Irving, accounting for the 26 points for the Cougars, as opposed to the Steve Malloy trying 2 goals by Martin Pearson for Featherstone. But they've got to do it again for 40 minutes now of the Cougars and just keep this Featherstone Rovers team at bay. They're certainly in the driving seat, and have got to continue to do so, because Featherstone now playing down the infamous Post Office Road slope here, and will take full advantage of it as Sonny Wackaroo racing into that kick-off by Featherstone. Tarfai feeds Critchley. Critchley come on for the left wing position, but he's put to ground centre field and bang on the 22 metre line. The Cougar half. Stevie Hall now just grinding away upfield. It'll be hard slung for the big fellas this afternoon in the second half here, but they've certainly got the tails up of the Cougars. And Featherstone down to 12 men, with Joe Nadiolo getting walked by the referee, Mr. Russell Smith, in the first half. Late Tarfai to Powell. Darryl Powell having a great game here. Looks offload to Martin Wood and does so. Wood looking for runners. Got Grant Dory going here, there and everywhere, but eventually put to ground right bang on the Featherstone 22. Tarfai again having a good game. Tarfai scrum after Sonny Wackaroo. Wackaroo to Critchley. And Critchley just pushed out of play there by his opposite number, Eddie Rombo, here in this top left-hand corner of the field at Featherstone. Certainly Latham Tarfai having his best game for the Cougars since he came to the club a few weeks ago. Featherstone inside their own 22. Roy Powell looking to find a way out of the danger zone, but he's wrapped up there by Stevie Hall and Daz Fleary. Fox to Malloy. Probably one of Featherstone's better players in the first half, Steve Malloy, but he's caught there by Grant Dorian, Daz Fleary. Maskell to Sharp back inside to Craig Jackson, and a bit of a mix up there as Colin Maskell picks up that loose ball. Fox to Pearson. Pearson going nowhere as he's put to ground by Phil Cantillon and Sonny Wackaroo. Wackaroo looks to have taken a bit of a knock as Derek Fox for Featherstone kicks it long and deep into the Cougar 22, picked up by Keith Dixon. Dixon stepping back outside Owen Simpson, but Owen Simpson hanging on to Keith Dixon, and Martin Wood centre field to Powell. Powell now, wide ball out to Jason Critchley. Critchley's got Andy King with him, going on his own on the outside, but caught there by Eddie Rombo and Martin Pearson right in front of us under the main stand here at Post Office Road, and Andy King going on his own from acting half, put to ground, 10 metres in from touch, right on the halfway line. Tarfai to Hall will just drive it hard and does so, plays it safe. Cantillon to Dory driving it hard, makes a good 12-13 metres upfield. On the last tackle now to Daryl Powell. Powell chip it over the top, does so into his top left-hand corner of the field, covered there by Stevie Lay. Lay going back in field, but caught there by chasing Daryl Powell and Stevie Wood and Martin Wood. Eddie Rombo coming away across the face of his post and still inside the Featherstone Rovers 22. 12 metres from the goal line. Sharp running it wide, but it's caught by Martin Wood right on the 22 metre line. Maskell acting half, back inside to Malloy. Malloy charging downfield, makes a good 10 metres. Maskell again to Fox. Long ball to Pearson. Pearson looking for runners. It brings Eddie Rombo on the inside. Rambo stepping clear, but a good half break here by Stevie Lay. Good piece of enterprising play by Eddie Rombo there on that Martin Pearson pass. Long ball out to Derek Fox to Sharp. Sharp run round with Foxy to Powell, and Powell hits the Cougar defence line and losing the ball in the process. Certainly Featherstone looking a bit dangerous there with Martin Pearson and Eddie Rombo working well together, and then back inside to Derek Fox, but Roy Powell finally losing that ball just outside the Cougars 22 metre line as the referee signalling that he'll want this scrum again with both hookers having gone to ground there, Maskell and Cantillon. And the referee's still not happy with this scrum. Just let's get it in and get it out and get on with things as Tarfai feeds Simon Rouse coming from the right wing position. He's just duly wrapped up by two Featherstone defenders. Daryl Powell having a great game. Feeds Martin Wood back on the inside to Andy King. Andy King racing away to the post, just outstriding Craig Jackson. Good support play by Andy King as he notches up his hat-trick. Powell, Woods, King. The trio, the combination, just split Featherstone in two from inside their own half. Daryl Powell took that ball up to the halfway line, drew the first line of defence, slipped a neat ball round to Martin Wood. Woods supporting well, had Andy King on his outside and just let that ball go, and Andy King did the business. From 45 metres out, he just strode to those posts and completely outpaced Craig Jackson, the Featherstone substitute forward. No measure of him whatsoever, and King just left him for dead, left everybody for dead as he headed for the post to score his third try of the afternoon here at Post Office Road, and putting Keighley further in front now by 30 points to 8, leaving Simon Irving with the easiest of kicks bang in front of the post. So the hat-trick boy of the afternoon, Andy King, opening the accounts for the Cougars in his second half and putting Keighley, after 5 minutes play, in front by 32 points to 8 with that Simon Irving conversion. So, some 5-6 minutes gone in the second half. And Keighley leading by 42 points to 8. As Keith Dixon kicks that long ball far too far and it goes dead, so it'll be a penalty to Featherstone right on the centre spot. Dixon obviously looking to put that ball into the in-goal area, but putting too much beef behind the kick, and the ball going dead on the full. So Martin Pearson kicking long and deep, finds touch just short of the 22-metre line in the Cougar half, and playing down the slope here at Featherstone. So Maskell now to Roy Powell. Powell just drives it hard towards that Keighley goal line. 10 metres short of the line. Steve Malloy running strong and hard, but held up there by 3 defenders, Cougar defenders, Roy Powell, Darryl Powell, Andy King and Phil Cantillon. Fox, a long ball out to Sharp. Sharp looking for a gap, looking offload, but there was nobody on his shoulder, and Daz Fleary just wraps him up, still 10 minutes short of the Cougar post. Roy Powell going on his own, but again they wrap him up and hold him up just short of the line. Featherstone looking to get back on even terms here in the second half, as John Sharp feels Richard Slater, and Slater pulled down just short of the Cougar line. Some desperate times now for the Cougars, but as Derek Fox kicks long and deep towards that Cougars in goal area, and gathered there by Simon Irving, and he's bundled into the ground in the in goal area, so it'll be a drop out under the post. And the Cougars under pressure now in this second half for the first time, but leading by 32 points to 8 with that second half opening account by Andy King and the Simon Irving conversion, as Keith Dixon kicks to drop out from under the post and picked up by Darren Hughes. Hughes just running in field and pulled down some 3-4 metres short of the Cougars 22-metre line. A lot of the Featherstone supporters not happy with Daz Fleary coming into third man tackle, as Darren Hughes were trying to grab or poach 2 or 3 extra yards. John Sharp back inside to Roy Powell, and Powell wrapped up again by Daz Fleary. Fleary getting a big tackling stint here this afternoon, and Maskell going on his own looking for support, but nobody with him. Steve Malloy just in front of the Cougars post, and Malloy going on his own and scores a good try for Featherstone right in front of the round between the posts. Certainly the Cougar defence was half asleep there, because Colin Maskell had taken that ball on his own, was pulled down just short himself, and Steve Malloy, having to go in at acting half, just went on his own, used his weight and size, just drove it low and hard to the try line, and got the ball down for the Featherstone's opening account of this second half. And Steve Malloy's second try of the afternoon, and his 6th of the campaign this season's campaign. So Featherstone reducing the arrears, now trailing by 12 points to 32, with some 10 minutes gone in this second half. So Featherstone scorer now, Featherstone 14th, Keighley Cougars 32, with 10 minutes gone in the second half. So Derek Fox kicking long and deep, picked up by Sonny Wackaroo in the in-goal area, and Wackaroo just running it strong and hard, and takes play just 12 metres away from the Keighley Cougar goal line. Cantillon acting half, feeds King, Latham Tarfai, Jason Critchley come on there over from the left hand side of the field and taking play to the 22-metre line, and taking a bit of a knock there, just limping away. Stevie Hall grinds further upfield. Cantillon to Tarfai to Fleary just diving forward, gaining every vital yard they can upfield here at Post Office Road. Cantillon racing away from acting half now, looking for a way through. Offloads to Daz Powell. Darren Powell keeps the ball alive to Grant Dory. Dory charging upfield, and just caught there by Richard Slater. 12 metres inside the Featherstone half as Darryl Powell kicks it in goal area. picked up by Stevie Lay. He slips, but caught there by Jason Critchley and Darryl Powell. Eddie Rombo coming in field, and again good chasing play, defensive work there by Darryl Powell. Featherstone looking to get out of this danger zone, but Keighley moving up very quickly. This time Martin Wood and Sonny Wackaroo closing Craig Jackson down. Steve Malloy looking to get out of the danger zone, but he's going nowhere as he's put to ground by Fleary and Wood. Fox, long ball out to Pearson. Pearson looking for runners. Has and Keighley, good tackling there by Jason Critchley and Andy King on number 13, Richard Slater. As he looked to get round them, but they just bundled him into touch. So Featherstone with 6 tackles have gone virtually nowhere. They've just got outside their own 22. And good defensive work by the Cougars, forcing Richard Slater out to play there as Stevie Hall is being substituted by the big Aussie front row forward for the Cougars, Stevie Parsons. Tarfai to Powell, Powell to King, to Dixon, Dixon run round with Powell and Simon Irving just splitting them in two there, but Roy Powell just managing to get across field and halt his progress and put to ground just inside the Featherstone 22. Roy Powell to Cantillon, Cantillon going on his own but nearly scampered away, but caught there by Steve Malloy, and Malloy being penalised for not letting Cantillon get up and play that ball quickly, and Das Powell takes a penalty, feeds Stevie Parsons, and Parsons barges his way over. He's only been on the field 1 minute and he's scoring. So Stevie Parsons putting Keighley further in front. Good quick thinking there by Darryl Powell. Cougars got a penalty there for Steve Malloy not letting Phil Cantillon get up and play that ball quickly, and everybody probably expecting the Cougars to go for a shot at goal, but Darryl Powell just took a quick tap, but only 2 or 3 metres short of the Featherstone line, and just went away on his own to the right. Had Stevie Parsons, the substitute forward, just stepped on the field, packed down, gone across field, and then finished up scoring a try. But good support play by the big fella. He quick thinking by Powell, and he just offloaded to Parsons, and Parsons just lunging over that line with 2 or 3 would-be tacklers, Featherstone men hanging on to him grimly, but too much height, too much weight, too many pluses going for him as he notches up the second try of this second half here at Post Office Road, and Keith Dixon's attempt at goal was being pulled to cross the face of the goal. So Cougars with some 12-13 minutes gone in the second half, leading by 36 points to 14. And it's certainly been a more than creditable performance so far by the Cougars. They look good all the time here at Post Office Road, and certainly not one of their most favourite grounds, because they've come unstuck a few times recently here, but not this afternoon. And certainly just making this Featherstone team look a bit of a ragged outfit as they struggle to make vital yards, and they've got the slope to their advantage this second half. Looking to spin that ball across field, but they're going nowhere as Keighley defence moving up quickly, wrapping them up, and Simon Irving taking a second knock there. Roy Powell looking to divide them in, split the defence open, but he again duly wrapped up there by Parsons and Cantillon. Malloy to the halfway line, but missed kick there, and Andy King racing away again back into the Rovers 22-metre zone. Critchley going from acting half, off to Powell, Powell racing away centre field, going on his own, he's going all the way to the post, to the right hand side of the post. Class play from a class player. Now good pick up there, loose ball by Featherstone, picked up by Andy King. King took play to the 22-metre line. Jason Critchley quickly in an acting half, went centre field, drew the full-back, fed Powell. There were players to beat, there were players in front of him, and Powell just divided them in two, and then stepped on the gas and went to the line. So Powell, his first try of the season, and what a try. There were class written all over it. And Keith Dixon looking to convert Darryl Powell's try. Some 3, 4, 5, 6 metres to the right hand side of the post, and Julie slots that neatly between the posts. And Keighley going further in front now, leading by 42 points to 14. And the scoring machine just rolls on and on. And what a change from last week. Seven tries so far this afternoon, and all of them top quality ones out of the top draw. Featherstone struggling here this afternoon as Sonny Wackaroo was spinning over the top of Derek Fox's head and managed to grab hold of his shirt, but being penalised for hanging on Foxy. And Foxy looking to get things going quickly, pumps that ball into touch, and they've certainly got a mammoth task in front of them here at Featherstone here this afternoon on their home ground. And Mark Milner substituting now, back on the field for Simon Irving. Irving took a couple of knocks a few minutes ago, and quite right, they're just bringing him off because they're certainly in the driving seat of the Cougars here and can afford to play all their options. Martin Pearson looking for a run round, finds Darren Hughes on his inside, but good defence work, and certainly that's been a feature this afternoon's play at Post Office Road for the Cougars. Strong defence work, a couple of lapses which have let in Steve Malloy, but other than that, they've hardly put a foot wrong. Pearson out to Fox. Fox looking for a run round with Pearson, does so. Pearson looking to step back inside, but caught there by Das Fleury and Grant Dory. Those two lads have had a big tackling stint here this afternoon. Put a lot of work in, grafted hard all afternoon. Mark Milner, taking that difficult up and under and losing the ball in the process, and Featherstone being penalised for pinching that ball because there were 2 men in on Mark Milner. Keith Dixon there with that penalty, notching up his 1,000th point to the Keighley career. He's already past the 1,000 point mark, but some of those points were accounted for when his short stint at Hunslet, as Stevie Parsons drives that ball hard upfield to the halfway line. Tarfai to Fleury. Fleury offloads to Tarfai again. Well, I think the ball was knocked out, but certainly went backwards, and Tarfai just put to ground there by the Featherstone prop Steve Malloy. Cantillon to Powell to Dory having a good game this afternoon, both in defence and attack, supporting well. Dixon to Tarfai, long ball out to Martin Wood. Wood looking for runners, finds Wackaroo. Wackaroo's racing away. Cantillon in support. Das Fleury. Fleury racing away to the line. A great score for Das Fleury. Good support play all the way. A little altercation midfield between Wackaroo and Malloy. They're not seeing eye to eye, but that was another top quality try. Wackaroo, Cantillon, and finished off there by Das Fleury. Fleury just thrown away from 26 metres, 27 metres from the Featherstone line, just left him to dead. Roy Powell in hot pursuit, but Powell unable to get to him, and just churned his way, stepped on the gas again, put his head back and just went. And he notches up his first try of the season. So a couple of firsts there for Darryl Powell and Das Fleury here at Post Office Road, both notching up the first tries of this season's campaign. And it's looking like exhibition stuff here at Post Office Road by this rampant Keighley team. Rampant in attack, rampant in defence. It's been a top quality show this afternoon, as Keith Dixon just pulls that to the right hand side of the uprights. But Keighley leading by 46 points to 14. And who would have guessed a scoreline like that? You could have got point start for Keighley here this afternoon with the bookies. William Hills, Corrals, Ladbrokes, all of them are doing it. Had Keighley down for point start job at Post Office Road because historically not the best of grounds for them. They've been on the end of some big whippings here at Post Office Road, and the last one only being last season, but not so this afternoon. They've completely reversed that result of last season by dishing out the big whipping for the Featherstone here so far. There's still a lot left in this game, and obviously a lot more points to be scored if Keighley can keep this up. Featherstone inside the 22, looking for a way through, but Darren Hughes going nowhere as Mark Milner wraps him up. Milner substituting for the injured Simon Irving. He had a good game last week at Whitehaven, Mark Milner, but he'll be looking for another good game this afternoon. What's left of it? Stevie Malloy charging downfield, but again, big tackling stint from Daz Fleary. What a game he's having this afternoon. Derek Fox to Roy Powell. Powell loses that ball, and it'll be a scrum down. Sonny Wackaroo just met him head on, hit him hard, and Roy Powell unable to hang on to that Derek Fox pass. And certainly things not going right, anywhere right for Roy Powell's boys here at Featherstone. Certainly a game that will have their coach very unhappy, as Sonny Wackaroo being substituted now for David Larder. Good performance by Wackaroo. That first try he got in the first half, his only try, but the try he got for Keighley that first half, again a top quality try. Martin Wood to Tarfai. Tarfai looking for runners. That's Andy King on his inside, but King just losing that ball in the tackle. Must have taken a bit of a knock off Roy Powell, and Featherstone losing the ball and picked up by Steve Parsons. And Parsons and a lot of the Featherstone fans wanted a scrum down because there were no advantage, and quite rightly, because I think the referee should have taken the scrum, but Martin will just spilling that ball and probably just deserts there for Featherstone, because there was certainly no advantage. I know it would tip for tap, but there was certainly no advantage for Featherstone. So Featherstone with head and ball, just scrum down just inside the Cougars half, with David Larder on for Sonny Wackaroo. Martin Pearson losing the ball and kicked ahead by Darryl Powell, and Powell lacking it further on field, and good chasing back there by I think it Martin Pearson, is it? Yeah, Martin Pearson, because Darryl Powell had acted on and just lost it, and David Larder chasing hard, but just unable to get to it. Martin Pearson just beating him to the ball. Eddie Rombo infield, but he's put to ground by Darren Fleary. Maskell to number 14, Richard Gunn, to Darren Hughes. Strong running centre, makes a good 20 metres there for Featherstone, and this is about first good attack they've had this second half. Pearson again looking for runners as Richard Slater on his outside, but Andy King wrapping him up well just outside the Cougars 22. Pearson to Jackson the big strapping second row substitute forward for Featherstone, but Stevie Parsons and Grant Dory wrapping up. Maskell for acting half to Fox back, lovely little jinking run, fades Roy Powell goes straight to the post, but a good supporting try there by the big second row forward and captain for Featherstone Rovers. Just plummeted through between the posts for Featherstone's third try of the afternoon. Rovers going, reducing their ears a bit here, but not sufficient to affect the end result, hopefully, because now trailing by, if Derek Fox slots this over, or Martin Pearson taking the kick. Sometimes it's Foxy, sometimes it's Pearson, but Pearson will probably slot this over, and Featherstone reducing their ears and trailing by 20 points to 46 here at Post Office Road, with 25 minutes gone in this second half. So the score line at the moment, after 65 minutes play, Featherstone Rovers 20, Keighley Cougars 46. But a good try there by Roy Powell. He supported Derek Fox well. Fox jinking his way through, drew the full back, and then just had Roy Powell right on his his inside. Powell using all his strength, took Cougar defender over the line with him, but Jason Critchley racing on into midfield. Wayne Race on the field now for his opening game of this season's campaign, for the first team campaign. Daz Fleary centre field, just driving it hard upfield with hangers on all over the place, carting him upfield with him. Cantillon acting half to Dixon. Dixon to Larder. Larder running strong and high. And a head-high tackle there by Maskell, I think it is, on David Larder. And certainly Maskell, it is Maskell, will be penalised for that. Just inside the Rovers half. And Russell Smith penalising Colin Maskell for the head-high tackle on David Larder. Keith Dixon just pumping that ball into the touch on this near side of the field here at Post Office Road, right in front of the main grandstand. It's Parsons, Stevie Parsons driving it long hard upfield. It's a good 7 or 8 metres into the danger zone here. Tarfire to Dixon. Dixon missing out, finds Race looking to find a way through, but caught there by Fox and Gunn. Still inside the Rovers 22. Mark Milner going on his own, and out steps Steve Malloy, but just put David Larder trying to force his way over on that far side of the field. But 2 or 3 Featherstone players holding him up. Milner acting half, long ball out to Tarfire. Tarfire looking for a way through, goes back towards where he came from to Simon Ray. Ray looking to find a way through, but pulled down 9 metres short of the Featherstone line. Cantillon to Dixon. Dixon will be a long ball out to Woods. Woods back inside, run out of options, keeps the ball alive to Tarfire. Tarfire little chip through, following it through, but picked up by Roy Powell in the in-goal area, and just forces his way out. And they're trying to bundle him back into the in-goal area, Cantillon and Dury, but Powell just strong enough to hold him out. As number 10, Simon Tuffs, gains a couple of yards, but still 6 metres away from the Featherstone goal line. Dury, Dixon, thundering on Pearson. They're going nowhere at Featherstone. There's Larder and Cantillon and Parsons wrap up. Slater, Malloy, centre field feeds Hughes. And Hughes losing the ball, just drops it. But be a penalty because the touch judge on the far side signaling it was pulled out. So Mr. Smith, the referee, awarding a penalty to Featherstone, 15 metres inside their own half as Derek Fox just pumps that into touch. Finds touch 10 metres inside the Cougar half. Maskell to Tuffs. Tuffs just driving it downfield, playing it safe, but put to ground there by Wood and Fleary. Just short of the Cougar 22 as Roy Powell bringing it infield, and he's put to ground just outside the Cougar 22. Maskell again to Doc Fox, going on his own now, looking for runners. Finds Gunn to Slater out in the centre. Rombo back in field, outpacing Dixon, but good chasing there by Jason Critchley. He just hammers him to the floor, banging centre field and on the 22. Fox to Pearson. Pearson going out inside, but caught there by King, Larder and Race. Gunn going on his own, chip into the in-goal area, and the ball was being safely kicked into touch as Gunn thunders Wayne Race into that hoarding on the bottom side of the field. But Race playing it safe and just keeping his eye on that ball. It looked to be rolling dead, but just to play it completely safe, he had to tap it over the in-goal, the dead ball line, because Richard Gunn following up fast. So Keith Dixon dropping out from under his own sticks. Ball trapped there by Derek Fox. Fox going on his own centre field, but caught there by Das Fleary. Tuffs now on the far side of the field, but he's wrapped up there by Martin Wood and assisted by Mark Milner. Fox to Gunn. Pearson going on his own, but just caught there in time by David Larder. Just managed to get hold of his shirt. Laying it off to Malloy right in front of the Cougar post to Fox. Featherstone looking dangerous here. Richard Slater stepping back inside, but Andy Kick just managing to hold him up. Good defence work by the Cougars. Rombo to Fox. Fox little chip into the in-goal area, and it's Parsons' foot, and Stevie Parsons just drops on that loose ball. Good quick thinking there by the big fella. Latham, Tarfire looking back inside to Milner. Milner splitting him wide open. He's going on his own. He's got Martin Wood, but Wood just not managing to hold on to a difficult Milner pass. And Cougars losing the ball. Slater now, Hughes on the far side. put to ground there by Martin Wood and Simon Ray. But everybody, the Cougars, doing their stuff this afternoon. Derek Fox and Parsons wrapping him up, and then just managing to slip out of his grasp and picked up by Das Fleary. But Fox getting a penalty from that bit of kidology, I think, and taking a quick one, feeding Martin Pearson. Martin Pearson bundled to the floor there by David Larder. Maskell to Malloy. Malloy looking for his hat-trick, and he's going all back inside to Maskell. Maskell just caught there by Wayne Race. Good defence work there by the Cougars, and again Mr. Smith giving a penalty to Featherstone. Malloy looked a certain scorer, and then managing to slip a ball out to Maskell, and Maskell looked a certain scorer, but desperate tackling there by Wayne Race, just managed to keep him out. But King racing away from Tarfai, racing away, going all the ways out, pacing Powell. But Owen Simpson just a bit quick for him. Oh, and good thinking there by Tarfai as Roy Powell dives on that loose ball. That was clever play by the young Cougar scrum half, Latham Tarfai. He was being caught by Owen Simpson and just swivel round and put a little kick through. But Roy Powell just managing to get back in time to pick that loose ball up. And Simpson again coming, trying to bring play away for Featherstone. Eddie Rombo now breaking clear, but caught there by Keith Dixon and getting up again by Wayne Race, sorry. Dick Rombo racing away to the post for a good fine opportunist try by the Featherstone Rovers left winger. There's been some spectacular scores here at Post Office Road this afternoon, and that's another one of them. But this time, unfortunately for Featherstone, or fortunately for Featherstone if you're a Featherstone fan, but Rombo broke clear inside his own half. Wayne Race tackled him, half tackled him. He managed to slip out of his tackle, get to his feet, but without his momentum actually stopping, was able to carry on running, and then they looked to have him covered again. He just went on the outside and headed for the post. And that was another spectacular score, but this time a Featherstone boy, Eddie Rombo. So Featherstone now 24 points on the board, 26 if Pearson slots this over, and he does so. So high scoring game here at Post Office Road with Featherstone 26, Keighley Cougars 46. And we're probably heading into the last 5 or 6 minutes of play here at Post Office Road. So Derek Fox to restart play. Kicks long and deep into this bottom right hand corner, but it's swivelling in, picked up by David Larder, about 4 or 5 metres short of his own goal line, but makes a good 7-8 metres. Tarfai to Critchley. Critchley going on his own now. Critchley racing away down that far side, steps back inside Stevie Lay, but Lay just managing to halt his progress. Cantillon to Tarfai to Wood to Dixon. Dixon back inside to Larder. Larder to Wayne Race, and ball still going back to Cantillon. Cantillon scampering away, but he's hammered to the floor by the Featherstone Rovers loose forward Richard Slater, right on the 22 metre line. Stevie Hall now just taking it 2 or 3 metres inside the Featherstone 22 and centre field, but it's wrapped up by Roy Powell, the Featherstone second row forward, and Simon Tuss pushing Hall to the ground there. Parsons now looking for a way through, but he's pulled down 9 metres short of the Featherstone line. Out to Martin Wood. Martin Wood, little grubber kick through, and Owens will kick it dead, but the referee Russell Smith penalising Keighley for being in front of the kicker. Latham Tyfire. But so Derek Fox is clearing penalty kick, taking play 15 metres short of the halfway line, but still inside the Featherstone half, as Simon Tufts drives it hard downfield, but just dumped to the ground there by Martin Wood and Das Fleary. Fox to Gunn to Pearson to Slater playing in the centre, but good cover tackling there by Anthony King, halts his progress right on the halfway line. Rombo, Pearson to Sharp back on the field, and he just drives it hard down this near touchline side, 9 metres inside the Cougar half. Pearson to Fox, looking for the run round. Fox stepping outside Stevie Parson, but good little run there by Derek Fox. Martin Pearson, side to Richard Gunn, back to Pearson. Pearson looking for a way through, and Featherstone trying to put some pride back in this team by getting a few more points on the board. John Sharp there, just stopped short of the Cougar post there by Wayne Race and Phil Cantillon. Keith Dixon. Wayne Race bringing the ball away from acting half, but wrapped up there by Roy Powell and Richard Slater as this game comes to a close, as Jason Critchley tackled right 10 metres in from touch on the 22 metre line. Simon Ray now having a go centre field, and they all want to have a run with this ball. Dixon to Stevie Hall, and all just playing it safe down the middle. Pulled 12 metres down 12 metres short of the halfway line. Keith Dixon scampering away from acting half, hits the halfway line, centre field, just bundled to the floor by the big number 10 for Featherstone, Simon Tufts. Latham Tarfai with all the time in the world looking where to put this ball, but trapped by Owen Simpson, and the former Cougar player just put to ground there by Mark Milner and Martin Wood, as Darren Hughes, who's had a strong game for Featherstone in the centre. Fox to Pearson to Sharp. Sharp standing back inside Larder, but Larder just halts his progress and stops him slipping that ball out. Bang on the halfway line, 12 metres in from touch. Fox, what's he going to do? Stepping back inside, but there's nobody running for him. There's Stevie Parsons and Phil Cantillon wrap him up. Richard Gunn to Roy Powell, two former club mates at Leeds. But Powell 10 metres short of the Cougar 22. Maskell to Fox. Fox would chip over into the corner, into the right hand corner. Pulled by Wayne Race, and Race just playing it safe by hacking that ball into over the dead ball line. So I'll drop out under the post. We're into the final few minutes here at Post Office Road, and the score still Keighley Cougars 46, Featherstone Rovers 26, and the Featherstone fans behind the post giving a bit of stick out to the referee, Mr. Russell Smith, sorry. Steve Malloy getting the Featherstone Rovers man of the match here this afternoon, but that's only for the Featherstone team. I wouldn't like to say who's got the Cougars man of the match. There'll be quite a few containers as Roy Powell drops that ball, but the referee signaling it went back. As I was saying, there'll be a few contenders for the Cougars man of the match. There's been some big performances out there on the field this afternoon. Martin Wood wraps up Martin Pearson, the Rovers stand-off half. Tufts going on his own. Finds Darren Hughes out on the far side, but he's tackled by Mark Milner and takes a bit of a knock there. As Richard Gunn throws a wild pass out, chased back there by Pearson. Picked up on the halfway line. He's caught there by Sonny Wackaroo and Phil Cantillon. Fox to Powell, back inside to Powell, the big fella looking to get round Das Fleary, but Powell managing to get the ball out. Fox keeping it going to Richard Gunn to Stevie Lay, but Lay wrapped up by Andy King. He's had a big game for the Cougars this afternoon, as Fox here just puts one of his typical up numbers in, and well taken there by Wayne Race, covering at full-back. And there's Featherstone players hounding him down on him, and Fox looking to drive Latham Tarfai back over the in-goal area, but just managing to hang in Tarfai and keep that ball clear of the in-goal area. Critchley. Wayne Race coming away from acting half, and Featherstone looking to keep the pressure on as the hooter goes for a resounding win here at Post Office Road by the Keighley Cougars by 46 points to 26, with tries by an hat-trick by Andy King, one to Jason Critchley, one to Darryl Powell, a further one to Latham Tarfai, one to Darren Fleary, one to Sonny Wackaroo, and goals by Simon Irving and Keith Dixon a Steve Parsons try, and goals by Simon Irving and Keith Dixon goal, accounting for the 46 points, and it's been a tremendous performance by all the Cougars here this afternoon at Post Office Road. A great performance. I wouldn't like to say who the man of the match was for Cougars. Me personally, I don't know. Daz Fleary with that try he got and his tackling performance, but that might be unfair to some of the others because Latham, Tarfai, well, all of them. I wouldn't like to Andy King in a great game in the centre, that hat-trick. Just some all-round good team performance. Darryl Powell, tremendous inspirational performance at stand-up half, captain, and getting a great ovation from the Cougar fans behind the post at the top end, and the Cougar players applauding him because that's just been a top draw, top quality performance by the Cougars. So Keighley 46, Featherstone 26. Sorry. 48.